Hey, fast fellas, SpeeDMan here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Zetian. So it's the long-awaited return of this series. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while, and we finished off the other ones. Now let's go ahead and get back right into this one. So, Manual of Entrapment, this is very much an offensive espionage type of setup here. So we are eventually going to be producing quite a few different spies, so that way we can send them to different lands. Just keeping this unit healed up and ready to go. Just go over, take that out, and we're getting another promotion. That's perfect. That is really good timing because we can promote that, get that unit's health back. Want to get to here. That'll be a good spot for us to work with. Even if that gets hit a little bit, that other unit honestly getting hit a little bit isn't going to be that bad, so that's okay. Yeah, let's just switch things around a little bit. Because honestly, I feel like at the moment, getting an industrial zone in that little city here will be good, just that way we have a little bit more production in the long term. We're one turn away from electricity, so next turn, once we have access to submarines, I'm just going to quickly buy one, so that way we can kind of survey this area, start dealing damage, and plus with the naval raider, we can potentially take out that barb camp and actually start eliminating the barbarian threats. What we do want to do is kind of continue pushing our way out here and taking control of as many of these cities as possible. You can see that is down to 2.7. Okay, good. So that is losing loyalty. That is losing its loyalty. That's very, very good. Okay, so let's have a quick look here. How much damage can we do? We can destroy that unit in one turn. Wow, okay, that's fast. Let's go ahead and just weaken this city down. We'll get ready to take that hopefully next turn. Let's do a chop here. I'll bring that down a good bit, make that pretty fast. And then the first city we want to target is going to be Moscow, so we will just remove that since we are now targeting that city actively. Jean got done with that, so that's perfect. We are going to go ahead and actually get started on another spy. We'll do spy into research lab. Now that he's set up here, we immediately are going to get this going. Next up, we are going to now focus on getting this city taken. You can see that we can do some damage against that city. It's better that we just honestly tank the hits against them, because that way we can continue healing. Those walls will not do significant damage against us. We'll be able to heal up a little bit with that medic. We can actually honestly bring that medic up here, get 2 units healed up at once. So if they attack us either way, we should be in a good position here. This city is a little over half its loyalty left until it converts in our favor. So we do have a little time, not that big of a deal. That first major barbarian threat is now dead, so that's perfect. We are now going to make our way over to Nakiwa to Hiwiteo Kali. I will have that placed down just so that way we can eventually get that built, but we are first going to primarily focus on the intel agency. Have a good bit of gold now. So that's perfect. Can afford to make another upgrade if we want. Buy some other stuff that we may need. So now we take this down. Take that city. End up getting another unit. And we can use that city to attack their own unit. So that's perfect. We'll just kind of move up over here. That way we're kind of safe here. Perfect. So that is yet another city in our control. Basically, we're just going to continue taking her cities, and then we can honestly take all of her cities. This is nice, though. I can get us out of range now. Since I took the damage a little bit for a turn, we can now get out of range. We can use this observation balloon here to have the additional range. Basically keeps us at 3 range. We don't have to get hit at all, and we can basically attack any of these units that come by a little earlier. So this is perfect. It's a really, really good position, actually. And basically one attack and we'll get another promotion, so that's excellent. You've got a promotion. So you did Siphon Funds, so that's always a very, very safe option. Counter Spies of 2 more levels experience. It's okay. This one's okay. We'll probably take this one because honestly, if we need to develop a defensive spy, that will be a better one for us. He did get silver. That's fine. It's probably going to be the case that he needs every bit he can get to try to stay alive, because it's looking like he's going to be disappearing pretty soon here. So doing my 1 or 2 espionage attacks here. Jeez, the Louise, dude. I honestly think it's pretty stupid that the AI decided that it's going to pillage a lot of these cities. He can't pillage the capital, of course, but he can pillage a lot of these other cities. But they're such high population cities. It's so wasteful to do that. Like he has 2 or 3 cities he's destroyed that he could easily have kept, and like that just does not make sense to me why the AI would be considering that as a more viable option than simply keeping the city. But sometimes you see some weird things. We were what uh game? We were second place. Huh? Did it just like do another turn even though it said he won? Oh, that's kind of funny. I didn't think I was going to see 2 tiles next to each other that have aluminum. There's one aluminum and another. Okay, cool. So we now have access to aluminum. Cool. I didn't think we would. We are going to take Heartbeat of Steam again because, of course, the production bonuses always are going to be very good for us. Let's take this one. Ah, come on. You see here, honestly, we don't really need a lot of our other military here. So we'll hold on to that. The reason is I'm going to consider it a sunk cost. I am going to have some units kind of just present in the region because it doesn't make sense for me to just simply get rid of the units because there's a potential war, that could happen later in the game. And if that is the case, I do want to make sure I protect myself and have a couple units that are pretty well leveled up. We have a unit here that's ready for another promotion. So a 4 promotion unit and another 4 promotion unit, both very, very powerful units that we can develop even further in the situation that we may need it. And they'll be ready to do some very heavy attacks. So if anything does happen, we're ready to go.
But the wrath of hope.
There's Eureka Alkali, so that's really, really good for us. You can see here immediately with these other tiles nearby. Take a look here. Some nice 261 tiles. Right there, another 261 tile. Improve that. This becomes better. Of course, we're going to be making a harbor here, so these tiles in this little area here are actually going to be improved. So that's really solid. So this area actually becomes a little bit more viable for us in the long term, so that is very, very strong. I'm going to send a spy to another city. Basically, just want to have spies kind of just sprinkled about all these different cities that have a lot of unit production. Oh, that's huge. That's so huge. Another success. Fantastic. Fantastic. Awesome. So that's the 3rd success in a row for that. We got a lot of gold out of that. So we're now looking pretty good here. Poundmaker has so much science. Like if we actually just take a really quick look here and go for spaceport. 1, 2. He's got one that's making. He's got another one he's making. Couple that he's making. He's making 5. Yeah, he's making 5, but the problem is that he's way, way behind the ball in that regard. I'm already getting there. I'm already going to be ahead. And my science output, he's got 25 per turn. I've got double that. So I'll let him get this one, and then basically I'll be in a position to be able to start going for the next one. And basically I am going to eventually get to a point where I'm just going to start basically in a lot of our cities only doing campus research grants, so we could just basically dump in great scientist points and have a very, very heavy amount of presence there. So that is going to be our goal. Once we get ideology, though, the game opens up for us. We have some options we can go into. The first option we need to go into immediately is going to be nuclear program. Another successful espionage. So, ace driver, 100%. We already have extremely high odds anyways in our favor for a lot of stuff, but let's just make sure that the escape chance, if we have to, is very, very high. I vote no because I'm not trying to declare war in that sense. I don't need to be involved in it directly. It passed, of course, which means that if you take a look here, Now the Kree is going to be potentially at war soon with a lot of people, so I don't have to be involved in that. I simply don't. Science Foundation's super huge for us. We are 100% going to be taking that. I can live with that. This Raj isn't, it's not a bad card, but this is better. Disrupted the rocketry. Perfect. Oh man, this has gone very, very well. Our espionage game is absolutely on point right now. We are killing it. There it is. All right, we're going to do exactly that. Perfect promotion for what we need. Who had the spy? Grand Colombian Empire lost their spy, and they are now captured. You are never getting that spy back, my friend. We can now make peace. You know, there's no other need for the war, so. Done damage to them. Kind of just made it clear, like, I'm not interested in a war. Got a lot of good utility out of that submarine, so I'm glad I actually invested in that submarine ages ago, because it turned out that submarine actually has made a huge impact on this game for me. Lots of extra gold, protection amongst the barbarians. Definitely not bad. So with the rocket scientists, we're going to go ahead and have them basically just shuffle around and do that. Basically, it's just going to allow us to really pillage a lot of these different spaceports. So, for example, Kinusu is another big one with another spaceport. We want to get rid of that, basically, just so that way we give ourselves opportunity.
There may be no forgiveness.
Oh, that's good. We got synthetic materials, which actually completes that. So that's good. We're going to go ahead and work on that, get this stuff done. John Lee, have a promotion available. So we have a couple different options, I would say. I think Smear Campaign is actually going to be a really good one. And the reason is we're getting to a point in the game where having a spy go around to different city-states and just reduce the amount of presence is going to make it easier for us, especially like Auckland, for example. Another big one would potentially end up being like I would say Brussels, kind of just reducing the AI's presence there in the long term. It just makes it easier. You know, we just want to be basically in a position where we have all those particular city-states, and with really good production comes even more science tempo, comes even more other tempos. So those are all really positive things that we can kind of push ourselves into. I'll go ahead and make an industry there, just so that way this city has a little bit more science. I'm actually doing really well on science, like really, really well. We're now finally like properly in the lead on science. So I'm definitely going to take that. And what we'll do is we'll just work our way back up here, and we are going to set the Great Wall up here so we have a little bit more culture and gold output. And then we're actually looking really good. I am very, very happy with what we've done this episode. We have effectively taken control of this southern region of the continent here. So we are one of the main science superpowers now, which is good. Once we get more of these up and running, we'll be in a really good spot. And that succeeded even as well. Great. That's actually really nice. So what we'll do is we could go into this. Actually, we're going to go nanotech because we'll need to work into that anyways. All right, there's communism. That is actually perfect for our setup. So what we're first going to do is we are going to just quickly take a look at the opponents here, see what else needs work. So grill leader, commerce, and technologist. So probably go back into one of these other cities here and just continue doing more espionage work. That way we can kind of take care of that problem. Positioning wise, we have a lot of this other stuff that we need taken care of. At least we'll take that out. We can put on invention just to, that way we have good tempo with these two cards here. We will always keep Machiavellianism on because we want to make sure that the operations for spy stuff is faster. That way we always have just a good quick workflow with these spies, especially with the fact that there's such high percentage, opportunities for us. It's not going to be beneficial for us to just ignore that. We will take the +1 movement for now. And then after that, we should be solid. We should see our science go up by a good bit. Yep, that's a good bit. 725 science. Okay, cool. We'll take it. It's a good bit more than I thought it would be, but that's not bad. I will definitely take it. There's the satellite launch. Awesome. And we secured ourselves the Golden Age once again. So that is good. And as we start doing more of these launches and other stuff, we'll get more air score and stuff like that. So we're okay. Disguise and satchel charges. I would say, honestly, neutralize governor. Because there are some governors where you can take them out, and honestly, that would slow the science tempo, like a slow production a little bit. So, I mean, there's some things we could do that benefit us, but it's kind of dependent on what our position is. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed watching it, please hit that like button and subscribe. And thank you again for your support. It means the world. SpeeDMan out.